Hello, here is Sérgio Feitosa speaking. I am the author and the lecturer of this training named Design Concepts for Switchgear, Switchboards, Bus Ducts and Substation. This training, for which we will present now the Item 1, Contents of the completed training, is CV of the lecture, is the training that I would like very much to have done some 40 years ago when I became graduated as an electrical engineer. I was graduated as an electrical engineer, and just after this I went to work in one electrical energy research center called CEPEL. And this research center at that moment was starting the construction of a very big set of testing laboratories, which still today are the only ones in South America. And I went there as a recent graduated and started to work in the design of the testing laboratories, especially the high power testing lab. I worked as a designer. After this, I worked as in the construction of these labs, in the commissioning of these labs. I was let's say, the engineer which pressed the button by the first time to put in operation the testing lab. And I worked there during 25 years, more or less. And in most of the time, I was the manager of the high power labs in the beginning, and after this, after a certain time, I was the head and manager of 14 big labs, high power, high voltage materials labs, and temperature rise, many equipments for explosive atmospheres, and many other ones. And I worked there during 25 years. And nowadays, I'm the consultant for the implantation of a new set of labs which are under construction in the state of Minas Gerais. And this set of labs include one high-power lab with 2,500 MVA, one high-voltage lab for dielectric tests up to the 1550 kV class, one temperature lab for 25 Ka for temperature rise, and this is under construction. And actually, I did the feasibility study for this lab some 3 years ago, and they are sponsored by SENAI and by the Industries Federation of the state of Minas Gerais. In the last 16 years, I have been working in the design of medium and low voltage switchboards, switchgear, busways, and things like this, attending many manufacturers in Brazil and many manufacturers and certification companies in Europe, in US, in South America, in Asia, and I have been doing these works, and many of these works are related to the use of simulations. Let's say I had a previous experience in laboratory testing, and in the last 16 years I developed one software and software switchgear design and some techniques to use the simulation of the main high power tests to develop equipment. I work in two working groups, working group A324 and A336 of the International SIGURE, which are related to simulations of internal arc tests and simulations of temperature rise tests. I worked also recently in the working group G31 of the IEC, International Electrotechnical Commissioning, which prepared the new technical reports IEC 62271-307, published last year, which is a guidance for the extension of validity of type tests on medium voltage switchgear. This is a very important document, and it's very few people know about their its existence right now, but surely as the time passes and it becomes more well known, it will be one very impacting, will have an impact similar to the impact that was IEC 61439 for the low voltage switchgear. These low voltage documents many years ago created the openings to avoid to do some type test repetition, to avoid the repetition of tests when you already done one test in one, let's say, father or mother of a family of equipment. You test that equipment, and then if you test this and was approved in the tests done in testing labs, you can avoid several other tests if you follow certain rules which are very well specified in these standards. And this is what is done in these medium voltage new documents. I was between 1990 to 1994, I was the chairman of Technical Committee 32 of IEC, which prepares the standardization of fuses, high voltage fuses, medium voltage fuses, and low voltage fuses. And I'm the coordinator of one forum at LinkedIn for switchgear, substations, and superconductivity. Then you can see my history in electrical engineering is very much related to testing, to simulations, to specifications of equipment for substation. In these articles that you may find in the site, in this link which is showed in these slides, you can download several articles and publications authored by me or co-authored by me. They can be downloaded free, and there are things interesting there for the interested parties. In this video, we will show the topics of the complete course. We will just describe the main items which are covered in the course, and all these courses. I applied this course in the last 16 years, more or less, as a presential training, as an in-company training. And now I'm stopping to apply this, let's say, in the physical person, in the presence of the persons, and I'm converting all these trainings in separated parts. I'm transforming these in videos, which can be obtained in the sites, and you can obtain, instead of the complete training that I applied in company, you can obtain only the parts that you would like to know. For example, if you are interested in temperature rise tests and temperature rise issues, you can buy only the parts related to these and not things like high voltage tests and internal arc tests and so on. The focus of this training it's focused in manufacturers of equipment for high voltage and low voltage substations, especially switch gears and switchboards and bus ducts also. Is focused only in experts working in certification companies and testing laboratories. I have been applied for some times in this kind of company. And what we present here, we will present the engineering concepts required for a good design, and this is something that we feel nowadays in the companies. Let's say companies are many companies are not know how to do the thing, but do not know very well the engineering concept, let's say, to improve one design, to develop something new. And this is something that we present in this training. And also we will present how to use the software switchgear design, which is a software used to develop equipment, as we will explain after. The first part of the course, we speak about the specifications of currents and voltages in new substations. And for this, we will tell how the load flow studies are used for the definition of normal currents, how the short circuit studies are done to obtain the values which will be used in the future substation for the short circuit currents and durations. And we speak also about the software, the free software HEP, HEP Draw, which is a fantastic tool for the development of transient studies of transients of voltage, transients of currents, and we'll give some guidelines on how to use this. After we go to the part we call overvoltage and insulation coordination, and then we'll speak about the main concepts of insulation coordination, how to specify and how to do studies for transients. We speak about techniques to reduce overvoltage, like the use of synchronizers, resistors, surge arresters, and some other ways we have to minimize or to reduce the occurrence of overvoltage in the system. We will show how to select the levels of withstand voltage for industrial frequency, AC industrial frequency, for impulse withstand voltage, how you specify these levels which are prescribed in the IC standards. We speak about dielectric tests, impulse, AC voltage, applied voltage test, corona, radio interference voltage. We speak about electrical fields and electric distance installations, and then we present to the engineers or technicians, the people related to these matters, the basic things about overvoltage and insulation coordination. After this, we will go to speak about short circuits, overloads, and ampacities. And for this, we will speak about electrical contacts, aspects of temperature rise, reduction of lifetime, supportability of materials to temperatures. For the case of switchboards and switchgear, there are very important aspects like ventilation, contact resistance, the use of different alternatives to enable to produce more optimized equipment without the use of so much copper. We will speak about overloads in power transformers. We will speak about temperature rise tests. Then we will cover the main aspects in the standards, why some temperature rise limits are specified in the standard, what's the reasoning for that. And this is something that many people knows that these limits are specified in the standard, but very few people know why they are there and how to use these numbers for a better design. We will speak about this. After that, we will speak about another very important aspect of the design of equipment, which are the electrodynamic force and mechanical stress during short circuits. Nowadays, each time people is looking for smaller equipment, more compact equipment, higher currents, and all these things make more important the aspect of electrodynamic forces. The more compact is the equipment, the higher is the currents, the higher are the electrodynamic force and mechanical stress occurring during short circuits. And we will show how to calculate this force, how to assess the supportability of an equipment for this, what are the limit values for insulators and conductors, what are the importance and what are the aspects to consider in the short time withstand and peak current tests. We speak also about magnetic induction. So we will speak the reasoning and the concepts for this, and just after we will show how to use these concepts, how they were used, and how we use this to analyze the results that we can obtain from the software switchgear design, which do this kind of calculation. This is a special topic which of great interest for me, because when I was young, when I was recently graduated in engineering, electrical engineer, I went to work in the testing laboratories that I mentioned, and my master science thesis was exactly about the calculation of the the electrodynamic forces in the short circuit laboratories that we had there. And at that time we were designing a laboratory for short circuit current as high as 300 kiloamps. And the thesis was to do the calculation of these bus bars. Of course, I was not alone, because at that time I was an engineer with a very low experience, but my chief and my good friend, Mr. George Zabudowski, which was a very good specs on these fields, did the main calculations, and I had the opportunity to, and the honor to assist him in these calculations. And this was my master science thesis, which now is used inside the software switchgear design. We speak about also the transient recovery voltage and switching process, which occurs in circuit breakers, switches, fuses. And we speak about braking tests, the details of braking tests, which are the most expensive tests that you can do in one high-power testing lab. We'll speak about the technologies of circuit breakers, switches, and so on, the different aspects of the different technologies. And after that, we'll go to the topic power arcs and safety of persons installations, and then we'll speak about internal arc in switchgear, what are the technologies to control the effects of the arc. We'll speak about the overpressure curve, the supportability of the enclosures of the switchgear, how to design one switchgear to support these efforts. We'll speak also about the aspects of explosions and fires in power transformer. This is a very sensible situation. The number of explosions that we have in big transformers is much higher than we can imagine. We'll speak about this after. We'll speak about arcs, insulators, strings, and the related tests. And after this, we'll go to the switchgear and control gear technical standards for high voltage equipment and for low voltage equipment. And we'll speak about the IC 62271-200 for medium voltage switchgear, for the new standard IC 62271-307, extension of the validity of type test reports. This is important point, as I mentioned before. I was the member of the IC working group which prepared this standard. I'm one of the co-authors of this standard, which was published last year. And we speak also about some other important standards. The low voltage one, we'll speak about the IC 61439 for low voltage switchgear, and the very important aspects of the openness caused by the so-called design rules of IC 61439. These design rules are new concepts implemented in 2011, which enable the manufacturers to do much more less tests than it was necessary in the past. By using this design rule, you can avoid many tests, because you base several conclusions that you can take from equipment in the results of one previously tested equipment, as we will explain. We will speak after about the technical specifications of transmission and distribution equipment, and we will pass over specifications of high voltage switches and isolators, circuit breakers, surge arresters, power transformers, and reactors. We will show the way that the power utilities are used to do these specifications to purchase their equipment. And we will speak about the tests which are specified and many other details all over this. And then we arrive to the final part of the training, and here we show the features and possibilities of the software switchgear design. We show how to use the software, and we present several case studies which can be used to enable the participant to understand how to use the software. We will present the state of the art of the use of simulations to replace tests. We will do together the simulation of short time withstand current and peak test, the calculation of electrodynamical forces, the simulation of temperature rise tests, and there we will show the calculations and how to optimize the design of switch gears and busways. We will show the simulation of internal arc tests and the calculation of overpressures and supportability of the equipment. And we will present several case studies involving low voltage and medium voltage switchgear. In the case of the mapping of magnetic and electric fields, we will do this using examples of complete substations. And that is it. We are now here finishing the presentation of this part number 1, this item 1, and we hope to see you again in the other chapters of this complete training. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you.